Hello and welcome to Quilt Addicts Anonymous. I'm Stephanie Soebbing. Something really exciting has arrived and I want to open it with all of you and share this with you because it's because of you that we've achieved this milestone. Here it is, guys. We have reached 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So this milestone is something that I absolutely 100% am sharing with you guys. And it's exciting, obviously, to reach 100,000 subscribers, but what's more exciting is what that represents. I just want to share with you guys a little bit of our story. I know I've shared it multiple times, but before we get to that, I just want to tell you guys that to say thank you for this lovely honor that I'm so excited to share with you guys. We are going to be having a 50% off sale on all Quilt Addicts Anonymous PDF patterns. So those are the patterns that I have designed. They're going to be 50% off through Sunday. So you're going to be able to take advantage of that. And also my fabric collection Nocturne, which you can see behind me, is going to be 25% off. Now we've had this out for about a year, but we still have a good amount left. So if you maybe purchased a while ago or you got a kit and not backing to go with it, now's a really good time to do that because then you can get what you want. We still have a couple of bag kits left that you can get also while supplies last on that discount. But we just want to say thank you. And the best way that we can think of to say thank you is by giving you a discount on the things that you love. And that is our original patterns and the fabric that I developed with QT Fabrics. So I just want to tell you a little bit about what this YouTube channel represents to me. So 7 years ago, last month, I was laid off from my marketing job. And I had a 10-month-old baby, 10 or 11-month-old baby. And it was a devastating thing. I had been always a high performer, and then it just wasn't a good fit at the company. And later I learned that the particular agency had likes to hire and fire people about every 6 months. And in the 2 years after I left, there were 5 people in that position. So that makes you feel better over time, but at the time it's very devastating. But I had spent the previous 2 years building businesses for other people using digital marketing. And I knew I could do it for myself if I only had the time. And we had a block of the month that had started to take off. So I had money in my business checking. I was eligible for unemployment. My husband had just gotten an increase in pay at his job. And I walked into the house and I said, I am not looking for another job. I am going to make this work. And I'm going to make it happen. And it certainly was not a straight line. I went back to work on a part-time basis twice before we really were able to fully make a go of it with Quilt Addicts Anonymous. But one of the most devastating times in that journey, that up and down journey from, you know, the day I got laid off 7 years ago to today, where we have a team of 10 and have reached this 100,000 subscriber mark, is when about 2 years in to that, so 5 years ago, last month, I opened a brick and mortar version of Quilt Addicts Anonymous. At the time, like, fabric was overtaking my entire house. We had it lining the walls, like every wall had fabric bolts on it and pre-cuts going out the door and kits and things. And I leased a space that was supposed to be just a studio for me to work and then space to keep inventory. It's about 1,000 square feet. And if we would have just stayed there, it would have worked well. But the space next door became available as well. And I always have an eye to what's next. So we leased it and we filled it up with fabric, and that ended up being a very terrible decision because the time and effort and money it takes to run a brick and mortar store took away very much from our online business, which was successful. And I stopped doing videos for a long time, for at least a good year, year and a half. There were not very many videos that we put out at all during that time because it just took up so much of my time. Plus I had a preschooler at the time. It was too much to handle. And it got to the point to where 4 years ago, right now, we were on the verge of bankruptcy. Like, the brick and mortar store had drained our profits so much that we just were looking at ways to try to move forward without having to declare bankruptcy and close the business, because we knew that online was doing well. We knew that the patterns were doing well, but it was the brick and mortar was a big, big problem. in terms of what kind of money that was making. And I went back to work part-time, working as a secretary at my church so that we could pay ourselves or have money to eat, because we couldn't afford to pay ourselves out of the business. And my husband was doing more work at a part-time job as well at the newspaper where he used to be full-time prior to coming on with us. And it was a really hard year. But in that year, we made the decision to have a part-time worker work every Thursday afternoon so I could film. And not every week, but pretty much solid for the last 4 years, we have tried to put out at least one video tutorial for you guys every week. And that has completely changed our business and changed our lives. And I have you guys to thank for it, because I don't have to give you guys a hard sell. I just teach you to do a thing. And if you're inspired to do the thing, then you get the supplies for us. And we are so grateful for it. And that has grown our business to today, where my husband and I are in this full time. It has more than replaced the income than our previous jobs. We employ another full-time team member as well, who edits all these videos and helps out with a lot of different marketing things. And then we have 7 more staff members who are at varying levels of part-time status based on their needs and what they want in their lives. But I mean, you are making, a single mom be able to have the flexibility to be with her kids when she needs to be with her kids and work when she needs to work. Another mom who is able to be at home with her kids about half the time and working half the time. And a professional ballerina, you're enabling her to pay her rent while she is out dancing on stage. And retirees who want to have something to do and some extra income, but also want to be able to go and leave and do whatever whenever they want. And it is just a fantastic thing that we've built here, and I'm really proud of it. But it is the videos that have built this business. The content that we put out for you, the tutorials, the inspiration we give you. And I am so grateful for every single one of you subscribers, and for anybody who watches our videos and gets inspired and purchases the supplies to make that from us. Like, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you are the difference between me having to fold up shop and there being no more Quilt Addicts Anonymous, to where we're at today, where we can see a very bright future ahead of us. And I'm so grateful to every single one of you and what it means for my life, the lives of my team. And here's to another 100,000, and go enjoy that sale. Go get 50% off every single one of the Quilt Addicts Anonymous PDF patterns. There are lots. There are so many. I have done over 100 quilt patterns in the last 7 years. And aside from the ones that are in the book, anyone that's a PDF available as a PDF, you can get for 50% off now through Sunday. And anyone who, you can also get 25% off my fabric collection Nocturne. That is my very first fabric collection that I designed with QT Fabrics. And while supplies last, because we have a good amount left, but it has been out for a year. And so some of them are going. And we do still have quite a bit of fat quarter bundles though. So make sure you check that out. That's probably the best way to get as many fabrics as we have left, is check out that fat quarter bundle. So thank you again. This is just such an exciting honor, and I have you guys to thank for it. And more importantly, what it represents for our business, that this really saved us. This channel absolutely 100% saved us. So I know there's a lot of talk about shopping small and shopping local, but know that shopping online is shopping small in many, many instances. And you are supporting everybody being able to have work-life balance and a job they enjoy, and where everyone is respected for what they do. And who wouldn't want that? I mean, I've had enough bad bosses to where I know I want to be the exact opposite of that. And I think our team appreciates that and sees that. And I love them all for it, because they help make this dream a reality too. But thank you so much for helping us reach this point and helping us drag us out of that point of deep, deep despair 4 years ago, when I thought we were going to go under. And it was these videos that saved us, and you guys watching them and being inspired and getting the supplies for your next project from us. So thank you so much. and go grab some inspiration right now. Go get 50% off my patterns over at shop.quiltaddictsanonymous.com and 25% off any additional nocturne fabric that we have left. So thank you so much, and until next time, happy quilting.